The most important thing is your well-being and your health and your recovery, and on behalf of all of us here.
When Simon Cowell once called her a phenomenon, fans believed she'd be unstoppable. But now, after years of silence, troubling rumors are getting louder. Sudden show cancellations, hospital stays, a clearly rattled Simon, and a clip, briefly aired and then pulled, where Jesse Waters hinted at something deeper.
In the time you were on the show last year to now, your interaction with the audience, the confidence, I think this has been my favorite performance of you so far.
What really happened between Courtney Hadwin and the man who championed her rise? And why the silence now? The answers are emerging, and they're far darker than anyone expected. The girl with voice from another time. When Courtney Hadwin first walked onto the stage of America's Got Talent, most people weren't expecting much. She looked like a typical nervous teenager, quiet, reserved, almost unsure of herself.
How are you?
A little bit nervous.
That's okay to be nervous. That's totally understandable.
Her hands trembled. Her eyes kept darting around the stage, and when the judges asked her a few questions, she answered softly. She mentioned she was from a small town in England and quietly named Janis Joplin and James Brown as her favorite artists. The whole thing felt a little awkward, like she didn't quite fit in yet. But then, everything changed. The second the music kicked in, Otis Redding's Hard to Handle, Courtney became someone completely different. That shy girl was gone. In her place stood a performer with fire, grit, and energy that hit the audience like a wave. Her voice was raw, soulful, and powerful, nothing like what anyone expected from a teenager. She moved with the rhythm like she was born for it. People in the crowd jumped to their feet. Even Simon Cowell, known for being tough to impress, looked shocked. He leaned in, eyes wide, mouth slightly open, like he couldn't believe what he was seeing or hearing. The performance didn't just get attention, it exploded online. Within hours, clips of Courtney's audition were all over the internet. Musicians and fans alike couldn't stop talking about her. Who was this awkward girl who sang like a rock legend? She didn't just hit the notes, she lived every word. Her voice wasn't polished or overly trained. It was wild, real, and full of emotion. And that's what made it special. Simon Cowell said it best after her performance. "You're not from this era, you're from a whole other world." He wasn't saying it just to be dramatic, he meant it. He's seen thousands of singers over the years, but there was something about Courtney that didn't fit into the usual box. She had something rare, something people couldn't explain, but also couldn't forget. Judge Howie Mandel compared her to Janis Joplin, even referencing how legendary music producer Clive Davis discovered Joplin at the Monterey Pop Festival. At that moment, he said he felt just like seeing Joplin for the first time.
"I'm Howie Mandel, and I can't sign you to a record deal. The only thing I can do for you, young lady, is give you..."
He was so impressed, he hit the golden buzzer, sending Courtney straight to the live shows. Her audition video gained over 50 million views in just 5 months on AGT's YouTube channel. By the time she returned to the stage for the quarterfinals and sang James Brown's Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, her audition had already passed 200 million views. That wasn't just viral, it was history in the making. Performances that sparked controversy. Who knew that Courtney Hadwin's early performances, well before her viral America's Got Talent audition, would eventually stir up such strong opinions online? Her AGT debut wasn't actually her first time under the spotlight. Back in April 2015, she stepped onto the stage at Teen Star in Newcastle, England, and sang Bob Dylan's Make You Feel My Love. She made it all the way to the grand final, and that was just the beginning. Later that year, in September 2015, Courtney was filmed singing Say Something by a Great Big World and Christina Aguilera during lunch at her school. That raw, emotional performance quickly spread online and earned her more attention than she expected. In 2016, she was named Hartlepool's Performer of the Year and even made it to the finals of the Beyond the Lights Award ceremony. By the next year, she was singing in front of 18,000 people as the opening act for Sister Sledge at the South Tyneside Festival. She also used her voice for good, performing in January 2018 at a youth support charity event to help children with life-limiting illnesses. Then came The Voice Kids UK in 2017. Courtney's blind audition, where she sang Tina Turner's Nutbush City Limits, turned heads, literally. Coach William even asked her to do part of her routine again, just to see her energy up close. She picked Danny Jones as her coach, moved through battle rounds with Dancing in the Street, and made it all the way to the final.
It's Courtney.
beyond the spotlight. When Courtney Hadwin made it to the semi-finals of America's Got Talent, fans were buzzing with excitement. On September 11th, she performed the classic rock song Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf. Once again, she filled the stage with that same explosive energy that had made her audition go viral. A week later, on September 18th, she returned for the finals and chose another powerful song, River Deep, Mountain High by Tina Turner. Her voice roared, her movements matched the music, and the crowd was loving every second of it. But while she was winning hearts on stage, the internet had other ideas. Controversy began to swirl online. Some people started questioning whether Courtney was really the shy, nervous girl she seemed to be during her first audition. Others pointed out that she had already appeared on The Voice Kids UK back in 2017. That led to a bigger debate. Was she being too polished to be called an underdog? Was the show trying to make her seem more innocent or inexperienced than she really was? Thankfully, Courtney didn't have to face the criticism alone. Her family, friends, and even teachers came forward to back her up. They all agreed, Courtney has always been shy. Her grandfather even shared that she used to sing in her sleep, almost like music was a part of her before she was even awake. And really, as many people pointed out, it wasn't unusual for AGT or BGT contestants to have had previous experience. It didn't take away from her talent. If anything, it showed just how long she had been working toward her dream. And while people were busy arguing online, Courtney stayed true to herself. In an interview, she revealed something sweet and simple. She absolutely loves bouncy castles. That small detail reminded fans that underneath all the stage lights and big performances, she was still just a teenager enjoying life in her own quirky way. On September 19th, during the AGT results show, Courtney got to perform one more time. She joined rock band The Struts to sing Piece of My Heart, the same song that Janis Joplin had once made famous. It was a fitting end to her journey on the show. She didn't win the competition, but she didn't walk away empty-handed either. From the 2nd to the 4th of November, 2018, Courtney joined AGT winner Shin Lim for 5 special live shows in Las Vegas at the Paris Hotel and Casino. She may have started out on a reality show stage, but what she brought to that stage felt like something far greater, something timeless. And as the years moved on and the spotlight slowly dimmed, people began to wonder what really happened after the curtain fell. A quiet bond. After Courtney Hadwin's America's Got Talent run came to an end, her name still echoed across fan pages and music blogs. But while most people were focused on what was next for her career, the real story may have started off camera, away from all the confetti, screaming fans, and flashing lights. It wasn't about another viral video or record-breaking performance. It was quieter, more personal. Something had started to shift, something that didn't make headlines but may have mattered even more. Behind the scenes, Courtney had made a deep impression on someone who isn't usually easy to move, Simon Cowell. Known for his sharp comments, no-nonsense style, and years of experience in the music industry, Simon has seen thousands of hopefuls walk across stages. But with Courtney, it wasn't just her voice that stood out. It was her weirdness, her unwillingness to follow the usual fame path, and her raw, unpolished brilliance. She wasn't trying to become the next pop star. And that caught Simon's eye more than anything. According to people close to the show, Simon quietly invited Courtney and her family to his home shortly after her first performance. It wasn't part of a big press event. No cameras, no interviews, just a private meeting. No one knows exactly what was said during that time, but not long after, Courtney signed with Psycho Music, Simon's own label. It wasn't your typical record deal. Insiders say it was more about protecting her than pushing her to the top of the charts. There were no deadlines, no demands to start touring or releasing an album right away. Instead, she was given time. Time to figure herself out, time to grow, and time to breathe. Simon, they say, kept an eye on her progress. He wasn't hovering, but he stayed in the background, checking in now and then, quietly making sure she was okay. Some even say he stepped in to block media deals that felt too aggressive or commercial. He didn't want her to be another artist chewed up by the fame machine. In an industry that moves on quickly, Simon didn't forget Courtney. But as time went on, fans got impatient. Why wasn't she posting more? Why weren't there interviews? Where was the album? There wasn't any scandal or meltdown, just silence. She popped up now and then, a song here, a short performance there, always on her own terms. She never explained her quiet periods. She didn't chase trends, and she never seemed interested in giving people the answers they wanted. Some thought she'd lost interest. Others figured she'd gotten tired of the spotlight. But those who had worked closely with her told a different story. They said Courtney had always been different. that her drive to sing came from somewhere deep inside, something personal, maybe even hard to understand. And all the while, Simon Cowell stayed silent. He didn't post about her on social media. He didn't hype her releases. But in interviews, whenever her name came up, his voice would change. His tone would soften. He'd pause, maybe smile, and say something simple, like, "She's unforgettable." And that was enough to get people thinking. Was this just a mentor keeping a respectful distance? Or was there something deeper? Why had Simon, a man known for moving on quickly from one act to the next, never really let go of Courtney Hadwin? Missed stages and a new start. After her unforgettable run on America's Got Talent, many fans were eager to see what would come next for Courtney Hadwin. Big performances, huge crowds, maybe even her own album, and it seemed like things were headed in that direction at first. Courtney was scheduled to perform at the Woodstock 50 Music Festival, which was meant to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the original 1969 Woodstock event. It was a massive deal, and being on that lineup would have marked a huge milestone in her young career. But things didn't go as planned. The organizers of Woodstock 50 ran into major problems. After the chaotic legacy of Woodstock 99, finding a venue was harder than expected. On top of that, there were money issues, permits fell through, and internal drama caused even more delays. In the end, the whole event was canceled. It wasn't just disappointing, it was one more missed opportunity for Courtney to show the world what she could do live, in front of thousands. Then came COVID-19, and everything in the music world seemed to stop. Festivals were canceled, tours were called off, and album releases were delayed. Like many artists, Courtney's momentum was hit hard. With live shows off the table, she turned to online platforms instead. In November 2020, she released a heartfelt cover of John Lennon's Happy Xmas on YouTube and streaming services. It was a soft, meaningful moment during a time when the whole world felt uncertain. For her fans, it was a small but powerful reminder that she was still here, still creating, even if the big stages were out of reach. By 2021, things started looking a little better. Courtney was added to the lineup for the FM4 Frequency Festival, a well-known European music event. But again, luck wasn't on her side. The festival was canceled, and just like that, another major chance to perform was gone. Somewhere along the way, Courtney also parted ways with her label. After Simon Cowell's Psycho Music shut down, her account was taken over by another label. But that partnership didn't last. Fans started noticing the change when Courtney responded to a comment on her YouTube video for her 2023 single, Breakable. A user mentioned Simon, and Courtney replied, "It's all me for this one, completely independent, finally doing it my way." That one comment said a lot. The Courtney Hadwin mystery. Courtney Hadwin didn't vanish all at once. It was more like a slow fade, the kind you don't really notice until, suddenly, she's no longer in your YouTube feed or popping up on your favorite music blogs. At first, no one thought much of it. Artists take breaks, especially ones who blow up so young. A little time to breathe, regroup, or figure out their next step. Totally normal. But then the weeks turned into months, and then into years. That's when people started to feel something was off. This wasn't your average break. It was too quiet. No tours, no press, no real updates. At first, fans blamed the usual stuff. Maybe label troubles? Maybe a contract that tied her hands? The whispers started picking up. Reddit threads popped up with titles like, "Where is Courtney Hadwin?" and "Is she okay?" Some thought she had just grown tired of fame. Others believed she had decided to leave it all behind. But every now and then, there were signs, tiny ones, that pointed to something deeper. Posts would be deleted without warning. Lyrics from her newer songs felt more confessional, almost like hidden messages. In one track, she sang, "If I told you everything, you'd never hear me the same way again." Another song ended with her whispering the word, "goodbye," over and over. For most artists, these moments would fly under the radar. But Courtney was different. She'd always been private. So when these cryptic clues started stacking up, fans got worried. Some left kind words in her comments. Others simply asked if she was okay. And then, a video surfaced. It was a short, blurry clip. Courtney was performing at a small venue. Her voice, still haunting, still powerful, but she looked different, thinner, more fragile. She didn't stick around afterward. She slipped out the back, escorted by someone who looked more like a nurse than a manager. The clip was gone within days. Then came a mysterious blog post from someone claiming to have worked with her early on. It briefly mentioned a health issue that had paused her career. No details, no names. And just like the video, the post disappeared soon after. All the while, Simon Cowell remained quiet. He hadn't spoken publicly about Courtney in years. But then something strange happened. He canceled an appearance at a London talent showcase. The official reason? Personal matters. A small thing, maybe. But fans were paying attention now. And the timing? Too strange to ignore. It all started to feel connected, like something was going on behind the scenes that no one wanted to say out loud. No interviews, no press statements, just speculation, half-stories, and a silence that felt heavier with each passing day. She wasn't just stepping away from the spotlight, she was disappearing from everything. And Simon, usually so sharp, so forward-facing, was quietly stepping back too. Mental health anthem. On 29th of September 2023, Courtney Hadwin dropped her fourth original single of the year, and this one hit differently. Titled Monsters, the song arrived just in time for Halloween, but its meaning goes far beyond spooky vibes. While the sound is bold and energetic, almost like a hard rock anthem, the lyrics dig deep into something many people quietly deal with: mental health struggles under pressure. It's a powerful contrast: catchy guitar riffs, driving drums, and Courtney's fierce vocals paired with honest, emotional words about the inner battles we all face. That mix of serious topic and upbeat sound really stood out to fans. Many listeners said they appreciated how the song tackled such a heavy issue without making it feel overwhelming or sad. Instead, it felt empowering. As one fan put it, she's singing about monsters, but she's not scared of them anymore. And the song didn't just connect with fans, it made waves on the charts too. Just a couple of weeks after its release, on 11th October, Billboard journalist and data analyst Xander Zellner shared some exciting news. Courtney's self-released track Monsters debuted at number 19 on Billboard's Hard Rock Digital Song Sales chart. That's a major win, especially for an independent artist without a big record label backing her. It's a moment that showed how far Courtney has come, not just as a singer with a stunning voice, but as a songwriter brave enough to talk about real issues. Monsters wasn't just another Halloween track, it was a personal statement wrapped in rock. Heartbreaking shift in Courtney's story. Lately, quiet whispers have been spreading across the internet, on forums, in fan groups, and even in comment sections. One phrase keeps coming up, and it's one that many fans don't want to believe. Courtney Hadwin has reportedly received a tragic diagnosis. No official statement has been made. No one close to her has confirmed anything. But that phrase, repeated again and again, has started to carry more weight. And what's made it even more heartbreaking is the name being mentioned alongside hers: Simon Cowell. According to various unconfirmed reports, Simon Cowell is saying goodbye, but not in a flashy public way. Not through press releases or dramatic farewell tours. It's been quieter, more personal, like someone stepping back when they don't have the words to explain what's going on, like someone who knows something painful, something private, and doesn't quite know how to move forward. Some say they saw Simon leaving a private residence in tears. Others say he looked completely drained at a recent dinner with industry professionals. He reportedly turned down 2 major TV appearances, including an America's Got Talent reunion segment. Sources say it's not just burnout or work stress, it's something deeper, something that's shaken him in a way fans have never seen before. The details around Courtney's reported diagnosis remain vague. No one knows for sure what she's facing. Some rumors mention a neurological issue. Others say it could be a rare autoimmune condition. A few even suggest it's terminal. But there are no medical records, no family statements, just the growing feeling that something serious is happening behind the scenes. And Simon's actions are what have made many start to believe the whispers. His schedule has changed. His usual upbeat tone is gone. His famous confidence has been replaced by a kind of silence that feels heavy. One longtime friend reportedly said, "Simon's been through scandals, career lows, even his own health scares, but nothing's hit him quite like this." That quote has since been removed from the blog where it was posted, but screenshots have been shared across the internet. Meanwhile, Courtney's online presence has nearly vanished. Her social media has been silent for months. Her YouTube channel, once filled with covers, updates, and live performances, has gone completely quiet. No songs, no live streams, nothing. "It's like she's saying goodbye without actually saying it," one fan wrote in a comment. Another added, "She gave us everything she had. Maybe that's all she could give." No one knows for sure what's going on. There's no proof, just emotion, just people reacting to something that feels too big to ignore. Simon's usual carefully managed public image is now replaced with something raw and real. He's not just missing from events, he's absent in a way that feels deeply personal. If even a part of this story is true, it's more than just the loss of a rising star. It's a deeply personal heartbreak for the man who first believed in her, who gave her a stage when she was just a shy girl with a powerhouse voice. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more amazing stories.